So we've been in a lot of schools and community organizations talking about rights and protections and due process in school discipline situations that students and families have. And this is something that the superintendent actually endorsed and opened the doors for us to really be able to reach as many people as we can, all the people that really need to know this information to defend their right to an education. This is, as far as we know, the first time in the country that any district is working with school-level data around discipline and school climate in this kind of detailed and constructive way. Racial disparities. We know that across the district, and you'll hear our students talking about this in a minute, but that students of color are 219% more likely to be suspended, expelled, or have the police called on them at school than white students in the district, okay? That's what we know about the district as a whole, but how is that distributed across the 185 schools? Well, this number tells us, right? The number of schools that are contributing to racial disparities is 99, and the number of schools that are not contributing to the district's disparities, there's 84 schools that are not.
I'm an 8th grader at Maury Middle School. I'm pre-engineering, not pre-prison. Today I'll be talking about in-school suspensions. This is a new grading category for the district this year. This year we gave DPS a C-, but in many schools like mine, we have in-school suspensions that have prison-like conditions.
My name is Giselle. I'm a sophomore at Lincoln. I'm a pre-psychologist, not pre-prison. Today I will be talking about in-school suspensions. One of my friends had a really bad experience while being in ISS. Instead of helping him with his classwork, they had him copying words out of a dictionary.
My name is Jenny. I'm a senior at Lincoln. I'm pre-teacher, not pre-prison. Today, I will be discussing out-of-school suspensions. This year, we gave DPS a C. The reason we gave DPS a C is if you view the data, you will see that although it's gone down for 3 consecutive years, this previous year the progress has stopped and racial disparities have increased. We're going backward. Also,
my name is Cecilia Adame. I am a sophomore at Strive Prep Smart. I'm pre-nurse, not pre-prison. Today, I will be discussing expulsions. This year, we gave DPS a B+.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Torres. I'm in 8th grade at Kepner Middle School. I'm a police officer, and not a pre-prison. Today I will be talking why DPS got a D+ and referrals to law enforcement. For example, at my school, Kepner, students have received tickets for being late to one class. In this example, school resource officers are being involved in situations that should only stay as a school problem.
What we are finding is that many school discipline proceedings also are accompanied by municipal court cases. And we want folks to know that municipal court isn't just a little something that happens and that doesn't show up on your record and that doesn't make a difference. Municipal court can have a significant impact on a child's life. First of all, there is no public defender in municipal court for children. There is a public defender for the adults in municipal court, but there is no public defender for children in municipal court. So children and parents are often having to navigate the system on their own, not unlike what they are having to do sometimes in the school system as well.
My name is Jakia Fields. I am a sophomore scholar at North High School, and I am pre-typographer, not pre-prison. I, as an African American female in a dominantly white school, have encountered racial discrimination. I remember talking with my mom about this, and she was shocked that I was getting a referral for a note, while the other girl who passed me the note was just getting a warning. I wanted to believe that it was not because I was African American and she was white, that Because as a child, there is no such thing as black or white. There is a such thing as child and child. I don't think my experience is unique, due to the fact that students of color were more likely to get harsh discipline like ISS, OSS, expulsion, referrals, and etc., rather than white students. With the data provided now, in the year 2013-2014, the grade for racial disparities has dropped to an F. The rate of harsh discipline for students of color like Native Americans, African Americans, Latino, Asian has increased, which is the exact opposite of what we are striving for.
Hi, my name is Steven Enrico. I'm a sophomore at Strive Prep Smart Academy. I'm pre-engineer, not pre-prison. Racial disparities in school discipline is an urgent problem. The data is showing that white students are benefiting from discipline reforms more than students of color. The gap between students of color and whites is getting larger, and it's not okay. In some areas, students of color are actually being treated worse. For example, in ISS, white students are being treated 40% better than the year before. But Native American students are actually being treated 62% worse. As a Native American student, I don't find this just for Native American students and other students of color.
Hi, my name is Isan Garcia. I am a sophomore at Strive Prep Smart. I am a pre-professional football player, not pre-prison. We need solutions to prevent students from being kicked out of their schools without knowing that they have a choice and right to refuse it. We also want the district to work with us to bring greater awareness among all students and parents about this problem and their rights. Next.
Mi nombre es Manuela Gutiérrez y el día de hoy les voy a presentar la calificación que le da el distrito a las prácticas restaurativas.
Good morning, I'm Nelly Gutierrez. Today I'm going to present the evaluation that we're giving the district in the restorative practice.
Por este trabajo, la capacitación se le da al distrito es B-.
For this job, the grade that we give to the district is B-.
Now I would like to talk about training and support for educators. This year we gave DPS a C. There's a cycle that happens in classrooms where teachers get used to sending students out of class to the office. And teachers have shared with me that they wish they could break this cycle. They wish they could handle things differently, but they feel like they have no choice because of the school's policy.
DPS has many options for teachers through their professional development programs. We need to work with new teachers particularly to learn discipline and classroom management options. DCTA is partnering with Padres, the University of Denver, and DPS to understand that together we're better. Together we need to have DPS understand that we need to start by educating our teachers in classroom management.
Mi nombre es Fanny Muñoz y soy líder en Padres y Jóvenes Unidos. Tengo 3 hijos en las escuelas públicas de Denver y este año la calificación va a ser una B. En acuerdo de nuestra reunión de la contabilidad el año pasado con DPS, por la primera vez nos dio datos detallados por cada escuela del distrito. Estos datos darán la oportunidad de estar al tanto del progreso en el distrito y los problemas que todavía existen en una manera con más estrategia.
Buenos días a todos, mi nombre es Eva González. Y yo soy miembro de Padres y Jóvenes Unidos y tengo 2 hijos en DPS.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Eva Gonzalez. I'm a member of Padres Unidos. I have 2 children in DPS.
Yo les voy a compartir la evaluación que hemos dado a DPS en
I'm going to share with you the evaluation that we have given DPS in
Educación de la Comunidad. En esta oportunidad estamos celebrando que el superintendente Bosberg está endorsando públicamente nuestra campaña de Conociendo Nuestros Derechos.
In this opportunity, we are celebrating that Superintendent Bosberg is endorsing publicly our Knowing Our Rights campaign.
Por este trabajo, la calificación que le damos al distrito es B.
For this work, the grade that we give the district is B.
The first solution is instructing schools to ensure that students and parents have access to discipline records. It has been difficult for students to obtain their records without their parents' presence. Discipline records have personal and private files that should be easily accessible to students and parents. Finally, the last solution is focusing on schools with the most difficulties. We want to require and support improvement plans from the worst schools. For each school, we want a transparent and community-based plan that addresses the problems showing in the school's report card data.
And I do think that this level of transparency, both at the level of the district as well as the school, is very, very important to shine a light. Both again on areas of progress and on areas of need. This is one of the finest, if not the finest, reports of this type in the country, and I think is a real credit to the leadership of Padres in its work on helping advance the dialogue and strengthen the protection of the rights and opportunities of our students and ending the racial disparities that we have in the Denver Public Schools and that we see in so many other places in this country.
I want to thank the parents who are here supporting their students and the community members, the DCTA colleagues who are in the audience. But my heartfelt thanks was reserved especially for the students that spoke to us today. Every year when you get up and speak to us from your hearts about your experiences, I sit up a little bit straighter in my chair. I listen very carefully because this is critically important that we not lose track of what is happening in your world that is making sense to you, what is not making sense to you, what you are advocating for, not on somebody else's behalf, but on your own behalf. This is something that's critically important in our world. It's how the world changes. And
we still see the disparities as it relates to race. And my group will continue to work tirelessly not to reduce those disparities, but to be able to stand in front of you at some point in the very near future and in partnership applaud that we have been the first district to eliminate the racial disparities that we see in discipline. In my view, that will be the moment where we, as a district, have fulfilled our vision of every single student succeeding. Thank you.
For the first time ever, we are able to evaluate how each individual school is performing and move toward progressive solutions on a school-to-school basis. In addition, we have empowering and protecting students' rights with our Know Your Rights campaign. We still have a long way to go, but together we can ensure that all seniors like myself walk across the stage in our graduating ceremony college ready and college bound. Now, to one of the most important parts of our meeting, and I know you already answered this, but we would like to now affirm your commitment to our proposed solutions. Superintendent Boasberg, will you continue to support our Padres and Jóvenes Unidos Know Your Rights campaign?
We will.
Will you fix the jail-like conditions of in-school suspensions?
We will.
Superintendent Boasberg, will you track and reduce unnecessary school discipline involvement in school discipline?
That is a partial, so we will reduce unnecessary police involvement in school discipline, and we will work with you on what is appropriate from a data perspective. That is a partial.
Will you eliminate coercive transfers to alternative schools?
We will.
Instruct schools to ensure that students and parents have access to discipline records.
We will.
And lastly, will you require and support improvement plans from the worst schools?
We will.
Are you ready? And can you possibly come up here and sign it?
Not official.
Thank you.
In the Post right now, there's an article on this report, and they call it a debate. But it's not a debate any longer. It's a conversation as to how do we deal with this issue of racial disparities in discipline and how many students are being kicked out of school and thrown into jail. So the debate part was over about 4 or 5 years ago. Now it's a dialogue. In most parts. Because there's some folks still that are holding on to the tradition of if I throw the bad student out, I will teach the good student that's here. And that's never been, there's always been a myth. It never happens that way. If you have bad disciplinary practices, you also have bad academic practices. And so for us, it's changing that conversation, and that will happen. Now, we're going to go through different generations of students, because when we started, some folks here were maybe 2 years old, and 3 years old. But by the time the freshmen in these high schools get through, we're going to have a tremendous change in this district. And it's going to be led by the students, with the support of the parents, and all of us working together, because it won't happen until we all work together on the same route, and that's what's being manifested here, and it's pretty amazing thing.